What is going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Hey, how are you guys doing? How's your Sunday going? How is your weekend going? How is your weekend before the Christmas holiday madness going? Because I know how it's going for me. Pretty great, actually. I've had a pretty good weekend. Done a lot of drinking, done a lot of, well, I guess that's every weekend for me. But other than that, yeah, we have some things we haven't been able to talk about because I haven't been doing these lately. I know if you're following me, more likely you follow people like Rockefeller, you follow DA, whatever. I know DA has his schedule. We kind of had our own, like me and Rock and Angel, other people like that. We had our own schedules, and we're taking some time off for the breaks or whatnot. But figure, dude, there was a great show that happened. Let's discuss some of that show. There's also some other stuff we can bring up, of course. There's some Supergirl topics. There's the merger with Netflix and all that other stuff. There's plenty of other stuff. I mean, most of those other people are talking about that, but we wanted to talk about Welcome to Derry, and we'll see who all shows up and whatnot. But I know a couple people are here to talk about that, and if other people are here to watch it, that's great. Thank you for showing up. Thank you guys for taking your time on your Sunday to come hang out with just a bunch of randos, just randos. Extreme meme says, "Don't forget Batman is boring." Yes, yes, yes. There's plenty to talk about. Also, Avatar. There are some things that are out and about. I don't know who's seen what. We'll talk to everybody as they show up, and there's already a couple of people in the background. There's me in a second form while I'm passed out drunk. Oh, I'm sorry. That's 3 hours from now. But yeah, that'll be what's happening. But yes, I was supposed to do kind of this stream yesterday, but I went to it was like a company lunch meeting thing, or like a Christmas lunch that they paid for through our company, and they were like, "Hey, you can drink whatever you want," and you don't gotta say anything more than that if you want me to go to any of your events ever. It's like, "Hey, Syfaxx, would you like to go to XYZ? All the drinks are paid for." Um, I'm there. I'm 100% there. I'm there every time. I'm there with fucking bells on. Like, let's go. Like, it's all good. It's all good. If you're flipping the bill, I'm flipping them drinks over. I'm pouring them. Like, I'm pouring them, or I'm throwing them back, and just I'm leaving them right on the counter for you to clean up because you're bringing me the next one already. And so that happened, and yeah, I passed out. But basically, as soon as I got home, I hit up Rock. Rock already knows. Rock already knows. Also, speaking of which, speaking of which, Rockefeller might be with us. He 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 might be around. He might be around if I can find the intro. You know what? No intro. Rockefeller, how you doing, man?
What's going on, bro? How do I sound? I got my
What's going
microphone
on?
placed off center. Am I loud? Am I coming in loud and clear?
You sound just fine, just fine. Yeah. I still hate how StreamYards doesn't just auto add everybody like it used to. Like, I don't know why they fucked that. They fucked that up. No idea.
What
Why
is
would
that
they do
why it
that?
came up like solo like that? Because is that what
Yeah, I clicked your name and I was just like, oh, let me just add you, and it was just like, hey, what's up?
it's every time you come on this fucking thing, it's an update that it's
There's something new and something different, and because we haven't been doing it as frequently as we used to,
you're
it's
gonna
just
find a
like
couple more of those along the
I
way.
I was like, "Oh man, I need an extra 5 minutes to figure out how to redo some of this shit." Because I was trying to add stuff, and I'm like, "Why is this all different?" Like, I swear I just did this a couple weeks ago. It's like, no, it's been like a month, and I'm like, "Oh shit." But yeah,
Yeah,
life
man,
happens.
they always screwed up on us, ain't they? So, but we'll figure it out.
Well,
Just like
I know,
Night Rain, the new
I
update
know you,
takes a
I
while
know
to get used
you've
to it.
been, I know you've been really excited to talk about some, Welcome to Derry, and you actually went out of your way to watch some of the movies. So I'm curious to hear what your major takes are takeaways from it are the movies. Did you watch the second movie or only the first
I
one?
watched all of it, man. I went back and watched the first
You
one.
watched all of it.
I was like,
Okay.
you know what? And I even watched like a video explaining the timeline in the books and where we are now.
Okay. Well, the books don't match up with the movies.
30-year difference. 30-year difference.
Yeah.
It was like supposed to be 1958.
Yeah.
And this
They're
goes on in
different. Yeah,
1988.
it's different. It's different. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's a different timeline.
We'll wait to get into it. I'm sure we got other people
but-
here that want to hang out with us. and talk about it.
Exactly. But yeah, we do have one other person who is going to be joining us here in just a second, and his name is King Style. What's going on, King Style? If you're there,
What up, good brothers? What's going on?
what's going on, man? How you been?
Holy shit! Other than being cold here where I'm at, I'm pretty good. But shit, man.
Yeah,
must keep moving forward.
you're East Coast or Mid Coast? I can't
North.
remember. You're kind of near Rock, aren't you? Yeah, you're northeast. You said. Sorry, you glitched
East.
all the way out as soon as you.
You're roboting.
Oh,
You
fuck
roboted
it.
out.
Am I roboting now? Fuck, man.
No, there you go.
Just for a second. Now you're good.
No, I'm northeast. He's southeast. Rock southeast. He's getting.
That's
he
right.
has
That's
warm.
right.
Unless it's like really cold over there, like in the 30 or 20, 29 degrees. I don't know that.
A beautiful 55 degrees right now.
Oh, I would love 55 degrees.
Beautiful. I'm in t-shirts. I just walked out to throw my trash away. It's
You're saying 55. Let me see what it is out here.
If I can live in a place that's like between 50 or 60 degrees all the time,
it's 67 out here right now,
That's
which
way
is
too hot.
perfect.
If it's in the end of fucking
No,
December,
that's like
67,
perfect for California. That's perfect because we got a lot of wind, and it's like where I'm at. There's a lot of dry wind because like I'm next to the hills, so it just blows a bunch of dust. So it's like when the winds are hitting and it's whatever. It's like it's not just the dry heat. It's like that dry, almost like desert heat. But
That's
you're in the
insane.
city,
That's
and you're
nine,
like,
right?
"What the fuck?" I'm in the city. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't.
I'm
make
assuming your air conditioning bill is probably crazy if it's 79 degrees right now at the end of the day.
because 70 degrees
air
is good.
conditioning.
Hot
70
in the
degrees
summer.
is
I don't
great.
got any of that.
Summertime probably hot, huh?
70 degrees is good, but the problem with it is like if you got a bad heat day, it sucks. So 50 to 60, perfect. It's warm enough. It's not too cold, and you don't so much.
Right on. Hey, King Style, did you catch Welcome to Derry? I'm assuming you did because you.
Yes, I did.
You did
You
watch
watched the
all
whole
of it.
thing?
Yeah, I saw it.
Perfect. So we
I
have
saw the
two
whole
people
thing.
here who actually know the series that we're talking about. Did you watch the two movies before that as well? Chapter 1 and 2.
I watched it a lot. I saw chapter
a
1
minute
and 2,
ago,
like,
yeah,
a while ago.
when they came out,
Yeah, it was
like
a minute.
5-6 years ago
When they came out, so it might be a little fuzzy, a little bit. In
Okay,
certain
perfect. So
aspects.
now that we've established that everybody here has seen all of what we're basically talking about, I need to ask the bigger question: what are you guys doing for Christmas? And did you get everybody all the gifts you wanted to get them?
Well, what am I doing for Christmas? I am hanging out with family. Maria, I got everybody the gifts that they asked for, and that is that is friendship. Syfaxx, remember it. It's not about giving; it's about being with the ones you love and spending time.
It's not about
Somebody might
giving
not
the
see
gifts.
this.
It's about taking
Well,
what
that's
everybody
Derry,
wants
man.
to receive. Like that seems Rockefeller's philosophy. Is like, hey, I
Yeah.
will receive all of the gifts for
No,
Christmas,
for real. Like my
but the
nephew-
giving part, I'm not about it. Like,
Yeah, my nephew's in third grade. He's like, I need to make $50 so I can buy my brother something for Christmas. I'm like, no, you can make him a construction card that's and draw a picture of you and him walking hands outside and saying inside have one free ticket to go outside and play with me, because he's in third grade. I'm like, think of some, I don't know, one free ticket to go to the arcade, which is in my bedroom to play Nintendo's Switch. You should be. We're in a economy where you spend $60-$80 for your fucking brother. It's like, what are you talking about?
Get him like a 3-inch, like a 3-inch by like 8-inch, like 3-inch by 8-inch piece of wood, and then you have I'm assuming your or your brother or your niece's or your nephew's dad uses tools and get the different drill bits and drill 16-bit 3 by 3/8
Get the saw
half
out.
inch. Just do each hole from each length or whatever, and just do it by 3 by 8, and then just be like, here's your study pattern to learn. And like you can eyeball all the sizes by like just study this thing, and it'll be a cheap project, but oddly enough, it'll probably be more useful than most of the shit that most kids get nowadays. Like,
Yeah,
be
I
like,
don't
hey,
know.
that's 7/8. I can eyeball that right here. That's 5/16. That's crazy. Like,
They're just young, I don't want them thinking this
it's a
capitalistic
terrible
society.
gift, but at the same time, it's
Well,
amazing.
it didn't help though, Rock and Syfaxx, that like Christmas used to be, besides the religious undertones, right? It used to be coming together and helping one another, or like, why do you think people had meals, like a big feast? Because some people around that time, they didn't have food, dude.
A warm
So
meal
they're
when
like,
it's cold
hey,
like
my
you
little
are.
brother, he's starving. Yeah, it's cold as fuck. So they're making stews and making hot sandwiches and all that, and
That's a gift.
coffees and drink. Like,
That's a gift to
that's a
somebody,
gift right there.
No,
You give that. That's why.
It's a
you're
mirror, Christmas
completely you're
miracle.
completely right with
Yeah.
that. Like the two
That's
things that
why
I
we
look
have
forward to.
holiday parties, dude. That was the original intention. For those who are unfortunate, you bring them in. Come on, man. Come
Well,
on, Joey.
I mean,
Yeah.
the obvious thing, the other obvious thing other than New Year's is like, hey, it's a wrap up to the end of the year. It's like, hey, let's celebrate that. Like we made it, right? We made it
Yeah,
another
we
year around the
survived.
sun.
We
We
survived.
survived. Everything is going okay. It's like, so you have Thanksgiving. Hey, let's be thankful we made it to 11 months, and all of a sudden Christmas comes
Yeah.
around. Let's give gifts to each other, and hopefully we can use these into the next year. And whether
And
that has any religious connotations or not, like that doesn't really matter. It's it's the idea
yeah,
of
it's the
togetherness and all
thought.
that other
It's the thought that counts, and coming together. That's good. And then and then somebody like, oh, I really need like a hammer, and you see your cousin Joey like, oh, I'm gonna give him a hammer. That's okay. But then it's like, oh, you got to buy the latest like gifts, like the PlayStations and cars, and it got too materialistic. It's not good, man.
It did. Well, it became like what I've noticed. I want to say over the last like probably 10 years or so, it started to feel like you ever seen that show is like what the fuck was that fully name of it? But it was like like you're 16, like when the girls turn 16, and then they're like super unappreciative of the
Yeah,
new
sweet
car they got.
16, sweet 16.
Sweet 16, there you go. That's that. It was like a sweet 16. They had a show about it, and they would always be these spoiled brats or whatever. It kind of feels like that's what Christmas seems like for a lot of people, where it's like, I didn't get what I wanted, man. It's like, dude, you're like it. Like you know what I want? Like I feel most, not just men, but most people, most adults, like we went from the age of like when you got socks and underwear when you were a kid, you were like, hey, I like, okay, who cares?
Yep.
Now as an adult, you get socks and underwear and you're like, that's what's up. That's what I want. Like that's all I fucking need right now.
Or like a scarf
it's
or a
it's
hat.
like it's like your
because
favorite.
freaking cold.
It's your favorite gift. Your favorite gift is something practical. Like practical things are just like the thing that you're looking forward to. When you're a kid, you're like all these meticulous nonsense stuff. When you're an adult, you're like, hey, practical is where it's at, dude. Like, dude,
Like,
more socks. I got more socks. Hell yeah, because I
or
need to
a
throw all these
beanie.
ones out.
Yeah, a beanie or like a scarf or whatever, or like gloves. Like that's fine. You know what I mean? Like it's, if you're in a cold place, that's like the best thing you can give to somebody, man. The problem is, it's like, no, I got to give them a fucking new cell phone. I got to give them like a subscription to Spotify. That's like $100 a year, because I want them to feel good about themselves getting this cool shit. And it's like, dude, like, especially in this economy, you can't fucking do that now,
Absolutely.
unless you're
All right,
fucking
well,
rich.
Look. So it's just it seems like it's just gonna be us three. I did throw the invite out to other people. I don't know if anyone's gonna show up. Doesn't seem like they are. It's all good. Also, we will be joining. Well, more likely me and Rock will be joining the DA stream a little later.
Yeah, I wish.
8 p.m. Well, 8 p.m.
Future.
Pacific Standard Time and whatnot. Whatever he has going on, probably a lot of the same topics, probably a bunch of Avatar talk. We might get into that a little later. But this stream specifically is about Welcome to Derry. And Welcome to Derry has been probably the best show this year, specifically. It's like this is this year's Penguin, in my opinion, because last year Penguin was like the best show that I saw last year. This year would be Welcome to Derry. Like, it started out very okay, very decent, very, I was just like, I was still intrigued each week. I was like, hey, this is cool. Like, even the first episode, I know a lot of people were like, hey, that's crazy or whatever, but like, I've read the books, I've seen the movies, so I was like, it wasn't that crazy to me. But once you get through the whole series, and especially those like the last 2 episodes really bring it home. Those last 2 episodes are just like, they're bangers. They're just like, they really, it's very rare that you have like a penultimate episode, and penultimate, for people that don't know, is like the second to last episode. So a penultimate episode like that actually is really fucking good usually means that the ending episode is going to be kind of lackluster. And if you know what I mean by that, it's like Game of Thrones and stuff. If you watch Game of Thrones, even in the good seasons, the penultimate episode would be doing something really good or like fucking amazing. It was like over the top. And then that last episode, you were like, yeah, it still sets up the next season, but you're like, that's the last episode. Like, fuck, that the last episode was way crazier. Like, they do a lot of stuff like that nowadays. This show just went all out. Like, they just, like, that last episode just went for it. And I know Rockefeller wants to really talk about it, so I'm gonna let Rock go for it, dude. If you got some images, you got some videos, you got whatever, like, go for it.
I'm gonna talk about it. It's 8 episodes, HBO, and you got right to the season finale about how good it is. I want to go back.
No. Well, no, I said how. No, I said the first episode. Okay. If we're gonna talk about the whole season, let's go ahead and talk about the whole season. Let's start with the beginning. Then
it doesn't have an intro to the show. Yeah. It doesn't have an intro to the show. It starts off with just the kid walking, and it's like this little scene, and the scene is awesome. If you've seen any movie from either one of the It movies, it's kind of a similar event that happens. You know, so there's no intro. What I like is if you like this 8-episode series, this first episode should hook you. Everything that you're going to get this first episode, you're going to get the second episode. That's the season finale, like Syfaxx said. And more importantly, it has one of the best introductions to any TV show I've ever seen, with the song, the cartoon, like caricatures, the way it tells the story of the timeline.
I was gonna say, there's that, and then like each episode, the intro song gets darker and more twisted. And it actually
the same song.
No, but it's the same song.
The visuals
get more twisted. They update as the show goes on, so you actually want to watch it. You're like, I actually want to watch the intro.
I don't think it changes. It's one big picture.
It absolutely
it does because I've seen it.
The background, the background of the intro changes. Like, there's fire going on. Like, dude, like, kids are on fire. It gets crazier and crazier.
It zooms out and then zooms in, and then when he zooms out, you actually, each episode is like a different letter that you're zooming out of, and each letter is a different event of a timeline.
There's a still image, like you know, where the kids in the insane asylum, or the like, that's not in the original first few episodes. They showed that after, like, probably the third, fourth, when they talked about the girl, right? I forgot her name, but like, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back to that place.
The girl, she's a good actress. I really like her.
She is. It's a rare thing that, like, children, like, because these kids must have been trained at a good.
These kids were good. I was surprised, because, you know, like, I mean, I know T says it all the time. Like, when we're on DA stream, he's just like, dude, kid actors suck, and I'm like, it's hard to disagree with him, because most of them do.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Macaulay Culkin kids running around, right?
This group of kids were like pretty much all of them nailed it. There's a couple that I was kind of indifferent to, but for the most part, I was like, you
and
guys all knocked it out of the park. Like, you guys were like, good job. Like, you found a
Haley
good group
Joel
of new
Osment,
kids.
right? Like
Yeah, well,
there's not a lot of the, you know, Macaulay Culkin, Haley Joel Osment, right? It's not a lot of kid actors that can they're as good as adults or almost as good. They're really
But
flat.
this is also a different medium too. Like when you think about like Macaulay Culkin and stuff, it was like, hey, I got to just be an excited kid who's like, I'm either like, it was more comedy and like
He
I'm
did a
put in
drama.
a weird.
Remember Jacob's Ladder? Remember Jacob's Ladder?
Okay, yeah,
He did
fair
like a
enough, fair
horror
enough.
slash.
He
So
did one there,
yeah,
but
he
to
could
do
switch.
horror, like do a horror slash almost, I don't want to say it's like comedy, but at the same time there is like horror slash comedy in it because it's kind of the premise is so ridiculous that
Yeah.
these kids have to be fighting an evil demonic clown while also like that's what they think of it as. Obviously, we know Pennywise, like the audience knows Pennywise is something way different, but it's like they're less like, this is an evil clown, and like, and they understand that they're fighting like an evil entity and whatever, and but to be as terrified as they are, and I know we'll get into the last couple episodes,
Also,
but it's like those last couple episodes really bring it home, even for all the actors, where I was just like, Jesus Christ, like they just, I'm sorry, they knocked it out of the park. They just did
they
it.
did. They did.
They really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the first show without the intro, which is great, holds up so good. With King Style said, the actors I think are great, whether they're kids or not. The one girl, the main girl that gets sent to Juniper Hill, they think I'm crazy. I'm gonna do her. I don't know her name either.
Yeah, she's good. She's
dead. You think I'm crazy, don't you, Syfaxx? I told him everything I fucking know. All right.
Yeah,
And
Juniper
told him
Hill
your dad didn't fucking do it. So that chick, I think we're gonna see a lot of her in the future. She's gonna be a main staple.
You know what's weird.
Right,
You know what's weird is actually like starting with episode 1, because I remember we all talked about episode 1 when it first came out. We all kind of commented on it, and we all talked about it. Episode 1, like some of the best kid actors in that were the ones that I mean, this is going to be a spoiler if you haven't watched the show, whatever, the spoiler, a lot of these kids die. Basically all the main cast of the first episode basically dies. Like there's like 3 characters who live.
They
in
pull
the main
screen.
cast of the characters. Yeah, they just pull it. They just pull it. They pull the rug right under.
They did a false protagonist thing, and also Psycho. Remember
other kids. You're like, what the fuck? And then you introduce other kids, and then one's like
which rightfully so, because we've been watching shows for the last like 10-15 years in this new era of stuff. We originally thought like, hey, that's probably not it. That's not a good sign. They managed to pull it off. I'll say they managed to pull it off. But I will say, like, some of the kid actors in the first episode, the ones who died, were fucking really good kid actors too. So they nailed it across the board. Like these new kid actors, I'm like when T's
beginning.
Exactly. It was like when T's talking about like, hey, who are the new kid actors? Who are the new ones? And it's like, this is the show. This is a show right here. These are the new ones. These are going to be the ones to be looking out for. These are the new kids to see
it when it's happening. Don't be like, hear about it. Watch it, experience it
whatever it is, they
might be. Dude, I'm telling you, with Derry, they might get a contract from Nickelodeon or Disney because they want to get them, do their projects so that way, how these companies are like, we made them stars. In reality, it's Warner Brothers / HBO that propped them up. Like they help promote them in the first place. But they're gonna take the credit.
Let's for people. Let's actually. I want to start talking about like the backstory of it for people that don't know, because I'm intrigued about it because I didn't know about it. And I'll show this real quick.
Yeah, let's throw this out there for the audience right now. So Rock, didn't actually know the backstory about a lot of this stuff. He didn't watch the first 2 movies before he started watching any of this, and because of this show, he went and watched the It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2 movies, And then I don't know if he went and watched the 1990s movie or whatever, but
That was
that
good.
has nothing to.
It's
I
its
will say
own.
I watched
separate.
It's a different
it's not
universe.
good.
It's its own canon.
I remember watching that when I was younger, probably the first half of it. And
You probably saw it and don't remember it.
What I
Go ahead.
remember is I definitely remember the Kirsch scene, like where whatever her last name is, like Marsh, and then it turned Kirsch. And I remember that whole scene as Pennywise the clown, like when she goes to visit her old house, but like like he died. This is my house now. It's a pretty much a remake of updated from the original story takes place in 1958. And when we watched the HBO series, it was like 1990 or 1985. I think it came out in 1990, but it was supposed to take place in 1985.
The HBO series is
30
like
years different from the book. Yeah,
the HBO series is like the 60s.
I'm telling it's 60 it's 80
It's like
69
or 68
when it happened, but it's 80.
Each one is a 27-year difference. That's how long he's
85. It was 30. It's 30-year difference from the book to the movies. So the
first movie, chapter 1 is 89. That's literally canon. Like that's the first
88.
movie, 89.
88. Well, whatever. It's the same thing. So yeah. So you threw me off track. I can't even remember now. Go ahead.
Go for it.
No, you go ahead.
Awkward silence, but I like it.
All the awkward silences. Go for it.
No, but I like Derry. There's certain aspects I don't like about it. There's some agenda stuff that was unnecessary, that they could have removed, but not everything's perfect, I guess. Not everything's going to be a super, amazing, piece of literature.
Well, let's start early in the series, man. So obviously you said you watched the whole series. Like, at what episode did you actually get hooked into it? Because like the first episode, I would like to say I got hooked with the first episode, but at the same time, I kind of really didn't. I liked the way that it ended, but I liked where they continued on with it.
I say the second episode,
a lot of these series fall off. Like whenever they do these like prequel type of stuff, they kind of fall off. Like there's like, oh, they have a good hook at the beginning and then they fall off. This one was just like, I felt it was interesting the whole time. What do you think?
I like the first episode, but remember, because the false protagonist of the kids, right? They all pretty much died in the first/second episode, and in the new cast. So it's like I like the first 2 episodes, but it was like a false hook. So by the 3rd/4 episodes, when we actually got the actual the set protagonist, the real ones.
And they're a little bit more established and everything.
Yeah. They have more of a story backstory, a backstory to their to who they are and their parents for the most part. And I don't know, it's just weird though, because it's like the old military guy, right?
Hey, Rock, go ahead and bring that back up then. Like
that old military guy, he was like mind controlled by Pennywise. It's just ridiculous because he was with that Native American woman, right?
So I mean, like if people don't understand, and I've explained this to like Rock and like Angel and other people who've watched the show, like what actually happens is like he's not mind controlling the adults. What it is he puts them in like a phase or like a haze. So like there's heinous things that happen like in the book, right? And it's like there's terrible things that happen, and then they'll comment on like how like a car will pass by them where it has adults in it, and they just go by like nothing is happening, and it's because they don't see it. Like it's like a mental block that the clown does, or the Deadlights does, or Pennywise does,
or the Great Baloo, or whatever the fuck they called him. And that exclusive to the TV show? I don't think he was.
Well, they did that. They did that a little bit.
Chapter 2, he talks about it. He says,
it's been years
since
showed his
true form to him, but they didn't. They they had a own name, what they call it, but he didn't say what it was.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't seen those
each
movies
generation
in
has like a
years.
different name of it and whatever, but it's like a lot of them go into this weird phasey hot like fog kind of memory type of thing, and then they don't actually understand or and it mainly happens to adults because kids. The idea is like kids are still so
Innocent.
not so like there's innocence. It's actually that's kind of oddly enough like everybody, even if you've read the books or not or read the book or not, there's that there's like the orgy scene, and the idea of that is to like get rid of their innocence or whatever, and it's like that's the reason that it's like it keeps them from remembering or whatever, is because hey, we all lost our innocence all on the same day type of deal. Like it has a whole thing to do with that, and don't get me wrong, it's not a great idea because of the age in the books, but
Yeah, Stephen King was like
as
doing
far as
so
the
much coke.
story goes, yeah, exactly, as far as the story goes, that actually it kind of works because it's like that's kind of actually a good idea. It's just it doesn't help that you did it with kids at such a weird age, but whatever. But yeah, let's continue on with the first episode, first couple episodes. Rock, go ahead, man. I you've been posting some pictures. I know you want to talk about it. Go for it, dude. I'll give you the stand, man. Go for it.
No, man, I just want to say that, it happens every 27 years. The difference between the book and the actual TV show is a 30-year difference, because you see that right there is 1988. It actually happens. And when you watch the first movie that was made up for HBO miniseries, those kids, what they're experiencing in 1988, the remake of the movie in 2015 is actually happening in 2015. It's supposed to be the summer, just comparable to the 1988 summer, which is 1988, the correct year that's supposed to be there. So every 27 years this happens. First thing they do, there's a whole bunch of it arrives here as it's an alien, basically. For those that don't know, it is an entity. It's an alien that arrived from outer space. It came in a meteor, and the first founding, so every 27 years it happens. That's what Derry is. The movie is when the kids are teenagers, 13, 14, and they have to spend the summer together. The one of the kids' brother, Georgie, gets killed by it, and they spend the whole summer trying to find it before it stops its feeding cycle to kill it, to try to hope to find Georgie, which he's dead, spoiler alert, and to hope to stop him from feeding. They don't stop him when they're 13, so they make a pact that, because one of the new kid, the fat kid, finds out that every 27 years his cycle's repeating, most likely it's going to happen again. So they make a pact: if this happens again, we need to come back and kill it for Georgie, for us, for Georgie. And like Syfaxx said earlier, if you leave Derry, you're in a spell when you're there. You forget. Mike, the one black character, doesn't leave Derry. He never leaves. So 27 years later, an event happens. Gay bashing starts off the movie, and some dude gets beat up. And while he gets beat up, gets killed, all of a sudden the red balloons start coming up, and Mike knows exactly. Mike hears it on the scanner. He runs down there. He catches. He's like, it's been 27 years. He was waiting. He's been documenting it. Mike is actually the narrator for us. When we meet Mike in the movie, he's the one that tells us about, I've never left Derry. I never forgot. I've actually been documenting that every 27 years this happens. And Mike tells us the stories of the first time it appeared in Derry, the founding of Derry, and the first mass disappearance. He explains this one. And he says, and then he kind of brushes over it and says it happened a couple other times. And you see like one or two little glimpses, but you never really hear what it is. One of the kids experiences when he was younger, his parents were smoking crack in like a warehouse, and they died in a fire. That mass fire is one of the events. Really, somebody lit the fire to kill a whole bunch of people, and he feels like he killed his parents, like he didn't help them, but really it was Pennywise locking the people in there. You start seeing these the same. So when he gets older and he realizes wasn't at fault for this, he starts investigating who was at fault, because he remembers the Pennywise. He never left, and starts keeping all this tabs on
Well,
him.
yeah,
And
yeah.
when
Like
he
I
makes the
said,
call, that
as
starts the
the
movie.
as the characters get older, like as the people get older, they start forgetting because once they become adults, they start
Once they
forgetting.
leave Derry, they forget.
Well, once they leave Derry, they forget completely. Like
Yep.
that even shows in the show when like the general comes back and whatever, and he's like he doesn't even remember the girl that he was like he like he has a draw to it. Like like the people who leave are still drawn back to it because of that experience or whatever.
Yep.
And like so it's like when he runs into the Indian lady or whatever, and it's like he's just like he's like, I don't know why, but I remember you. And she's like, I know you because she stayed there. And something about like whatever the Indian culture is, like they actually remember more,
I think
or
it's
they remember better.
I
Than,
think
Yeah.
the reason why, including Dick, right, or Dickie as his grandma called him, right? The reason why they remember is because they're highly spiritually in tuned with the world /
kind
spirituality.
of. That's
So they don't.
that's what they did with the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good. I guess it's a retcon, sort of like, but it's good to as an explanation. Like, how do they remember while other people don't? Because
It's
they are
it's a spell.
yeah. So it's just weird though, because the Rose, I think Rose is the name of the Native American woman that was like was
Yes.
the aunt of Taniel,
Yeah,
the kid
she's
that died.
the little chick that we see with the white dude in the beginning, and then she grows up to, she's Daniel's aunt. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rose.
they use like
Yeah.
the slingshot or whatever,
Yeah, the
and like it's
slingshot and the water, yeah, and they hanged
and it's
out,
like
and then
this is the first thing that actually phased him or whatever. And what ends up happening are like within the first couple episodes, and I mean it's kind of straightforward, but like when the clown or the deadlights Pennywise, whatever, when he crash lands because he's like in a prison. Like his prison basically
Is the meteorite he crashes in.
yeah, his prison is the thing that crashes there, and
So when
the
it
shards
breaks,
of the prison when it
Yeah.
breaks, when there's 13 pieces that scatter out, those are like the points in which he can't go any further than that. So
and since they're
that
scattered,
comes
he's
into play
able,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Since it's scattered, he's able to move about within the parameters of the broken down ship now. But if that's opened up enough, he can move without the parameters of it. It's kind of like a barricade for him. It's like he was in prison, but once he crash landed, it broke.
And so,
broke
of course,
in a circle, keeping him, like magically in
the military looks at it like, hey, it's a weapon, like
if we can get those orbs, we can contain where he is. We can utilize him as a weapon. That's what Derry is. But I was going to go over the disappearances first, like when he showed up. So they think he showed up. We were doing 27 years, Syfaxx. If you look at this timeline right here, right, from what I gathered, they think he showed up in 1713. That's when the Indians said they saw the meteorite. And that's when the Indians see the meteorite. They assume that's what he was in. We know it was him, right? 1713. Well, in 1715, colonizers come here and they actually formed the town of Derry. They're the first, pilgrim. They come here. They form the town of Derry. They drop some settlers off here. They build a colony. They're like, yo, we're gonna go back to, you go get some more shit. We'll be back probably like 10 years. We gotta sail the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria back to UK. We'll be back. When
they had religious settlers too.
That
Rock
because something like that. Yeah.
Remember when the Indian woman, I think Rose's descendant, her mother, like basically great ancestor, right, who was fighting Pennywise, or the Great Baloo as they called him, right? Remember when she looked at it, the fear was the religious settlers, the cross and everything.
That's the next one though. That's in 1767. Is what you're talking about, because this is first. Right now, like in 1713, pilgrims actually got to Maine and settled. And they're like, this is a nice place. We should start building 10 houses. Right, I'm gonna leave you here, 13 King, with your wife. I'm gonna leave Syfaxx here with his wife. I'm gonna go back to the homeland. You all just build some crops, get some water flowing. I'll be back 5 years. I'm gonna drop. When I come back, it actually took me longer than I thought. I don't come back till 1740. When I come back, the town's empty. Nobody's there. There's no traces of where they went.
Yeah,
and
it's
he like
the
and he murder.
what do they call it? Like what's that? What's that?
It's the one from
What's
South
that
Carolina. I always forget.
phenomenon?
It's in
No, what's
South
it's
Carolina. I
like
always forget.
Roatan or something. Or
I
like
always forget the name. No, it's close. No, not that. What the fuck's it called? Somebody in the chat
it's
will
not
know, but
Roatan.
Paul might
It's
even
not
know. It's something.
Roatan.
But there's this phenomenon that happened
Angels
like that
in
in
the
South
chat.
Carolina.
It has a
Angels
name like that. Like
Yeah.
they did the same thing. Like they
So they
referenced
use
it in the
Americana,
show
American
Supernatural.
history to try to
they
yeah.
referenced it too in that.
They're trying to make like actual American history, Americana, referencing like, well, maybe the explanation for them people up and leaving that town
Maine's a
was
little further in, but
it's a lot
still.
further. It was in South Carolina, what you're talking about, but they're using the
Yeah.
same kind of ideology. And I'm like, I agree with that, you know. And so I don't know if Stephen King, when it shows how good of a writer he is, to go through here and write all the different like time periods and shit. Because
Yeah, when he was doing all of the cocaine, yes.
well, I mean,
Cocaine
doesn't matter what he's doing.
and methamphetamine too. Don't forget that because he wouldn't be able to sleep.
Look, see,
So
look,
he did all that
1851, the
shit.
ironwork.
Coke does that too, in case you've never done it. But I'm not.
No,
I'm not saying-
I know they both do it, but like he probably did meth as well to make sure he didn't fall asleep.
Angel saying, "Dang, you guys are digging deep." Hey, man, if you want to jump on, if you want to say your piece on this show and what you saw of it, go for it. But yes, we're going a little bit deeper into this show, and we're talking about the past of it, what the show, what we liked about it, and also why the way that it is. I say that's a good picture, even though that's definitely AI, but it's like
it
yeah, the
definitely is, but it looks good.
So the turtle's name is Maturin, and then the Pennywise's name is obviously the Deadlights. Like it's so they're actually complete opposites. It's like it's the turtle of life, and then whatever. Also,
They're doing the Legend of Chuds.
Well, the turtle thing, there's a lot of significance in it in spiritual cultures and stuff, and in ancient societies, because the turtle, right? It represents life and death, but in a positive way.
It has an actual name in Stephen King's books, like because a lot of his books are all connected, and when you read the Dark Tower series, it actually connects all of it. Like it's kind of crazy.
Well, I didn't know that. So
flat
basically,
Earth on top of the turtle.
So it and Dark Tower are in the same universe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, all of it's like all of his books are technically the same universe. They're all
Even the
connected
Running Man?
through the dark. They're
The Dark
all
Tower
connected.
connects it
They're
all.
all connected through the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Even the Bachman books.
There's little hints through every book that is like connected to whatever, whether it's something as simple as a rose or as a turtle or whatever. It's like, oh, somebody picked up a turtle figurine. Blah blah.
Yeah, Halloran's not a made up character. He's legitimately in it. They talk about it because, like, you know, the kid
everything is connected, and like the idea of the shine. So like the shining. Yep. Like the special power that people have, actually it's not just from The Shining. Actually it connects to every other book, so every person who has like this kind of quirk about them is all connected. So
dude, you know, be a crazy reveal.
It's kind of crazy when you read all of it, because I have, and then you realize how connected it is. It's pretty wow. It's very extravagant. I'll give him that. He just can't end a book to save his life. Like
yeah, that's why the movie studios have to do it, because if not, it would be terrible.
Thinking fast drives a metal rod.
My bad. I was trying to bring the picture of fucking Georgie up, but it won't play Georgie. But there he is. Hey, look at Georgie. Look at Georgie.
Hey, we all float down here.
Yeah, but I mean, so watch. What I really wanted to show you guys was where they're going to go with this. How do I remove this fucking thing again? I forget. Let me move that. Stop screen. So they got so much fucking plotted out. I was like, really? I didn't think they're going to have this much plotted out. They're ready to roll with it, and I'm ready for it.
Well, hey, Rock. So as someone who watched the series first and then watched the movies, how do you think it all lines up? How do you feel about it? Like I
think it lands good. It shows. Like I like how, like, when I watched the first movie, the special effects, like the jump scares, are like, you can see they're trying to figure out what works and what doesn't, and it's kind of basic. So like, if you can get something complex, it's really deep storytelling. When you go back and watch the first movie, you'll see some stuff and kind of get an idea. Be like, okay, you'll catch up on it without having to watch it a second time. You'll be ready for it because there's a lot of explanation into the TV shows, and you understand what's going on. Like you got an idea for the Deadlights, and Pennywise is actually, an apparition, or like he's choosing the form that we get to see. You get all that out of the way, so you start see the Legend of Chud, how like that works and it doesn't. Going back and watching it all, and then seeing how it all ties in. The best part, what shocked me was, I was like, this is written really fucking good. And it's just entertaining. When I was done watching part 1, I felt like there was a lot of lapses and misses, and something was like, I was like, it's good, but it wasn't written as good. When I started watching part 2, there's a reason for that, because when they meet up, they start telling each other stories that they forgot. They're like, oh shit, there's the part I was like, I knew I was missing something in part 1, because you're supposed to feel like something's missing because I forgot. Derry made me forget.
Yeah,
and
that
when
was
we come back together.
Yeah,
it's deliberately entailed to where like, oh shit.
It's the
really
perfect
creative.
It's the perfect tale for like writers who are not the same writers, because it can be like, well, we can actually say whatever the fuck we want, because technically all these characters forget this shit.
Yep.
In theory. Yeah, so it's like
Yeah,
you can
that's how
just
they
add
can
in
write
whatever the hell you want.
That's how they can write
Shit.
themselves back into a corner whenever they're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Oh yeah, we just say they forget and we can write new shit that sounds interesting later.
Yeah, I mean, so like when I saw this right here, Angel, I couldn't believe that they not only greenlit for a season 2, but already greenlit for a season 3. Let me see if I can make that bigger for those that can't see. And they got a It Chapter 3 movie coming out. And if you look at the font, Angel, look at the font. So Welcome to Derry Chapter 1. That's what we just were in 1962. When you get to chapter winter 2028, which will probably be more like spring of 2029, I'll probably push it back. Chapter 3. Look how old it is. That's not the fucking that's not the fucking what's the name of the gang we just saw? The gang one is probably right here. We're gonna see the chick's father and the Briar gang, is that their name? And this will go back to the Indian chick right here in season 3. Then we'll get chapter 3, which will be like the arrival of, or even better, when it gets finished, he'll go to the fucking cosmic universe and have to fight the damn turtle.
I'm just curious how they're gonna make it interesting, because obviously when so we have It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2, and obviously in Chapter 2 they beat him, like they defeat him. But in Welcome to Derry, it explains how he experienced his time. Basically, he experienced his time all at once. Like, so
Yep.
he's in all times all at once. So he's kind of going back in time to find ways to not get beat or whatever.
He tried to kill Margaret.
So it's an endless loop, right?
Well, like
I mean,
Syfaxx said,
time is
the
finite.
same.
It's
so
finite.
If you watch the end
So
of
it's like
Derry, he goes,
everything
Margaret
is
Tozier.
guaranteed.
If it's not Tozier yet, or is it forward, backwards? I don't know. It's all the same. But if I kill you now, then no Richie. And he knows that Richie kills him. So he's like, if that's the case, if he can visualize a time and a point in time that he lived and recreate that time, that's what season 2 and season 3 are going to be. He's going to be going back and trying to fix his wrongs and trying to stop his death. And to the point to where most likely he can't stop it. And then it's going to be a cosmic fucking, movie, Chapter 3. And we'll get him fighting the damn turtle side. If you actually see him fight.
You think they might do a Chapter 4 if they take a bunch of like delete?
I think it'll be a beginning,
like, for example,
and end.
No, because like what they're doing, I mean, this is kind of like the best outcome of somebody adapting any type of story that's already out there. So hey, let's play with stuff that hasn't been talked about yet. Like that's kind of what they're doing, and so they have free reign over it, right? So instead of somebody who's already written it, because Stephen King didn't write like a prelude to it, he didn't write a prologue, like he didn't write anything in between that. He just referenced points in time and doing all this stuff. And so if somebody's going to adapt it, or will adapt that idea of it, they can do whatever they want with it, which gives them freedom doing whatever they want. The only thing that's the problem with that, and it's the same problem with any type of prequel, is we already know the outcome. So whatever you're doing needs to not fuck with the outcome. Like that's the only thing.
Yeah, it
You
can't
can
be a
do it.
contradiction. It cannot be a contradiction.
Exactly.
I don't
It's
think it
like,
will.
hey,
I think that's why it has 2 seasons of the show.
well,
it'll be him
that's
going
it.
back
That's
to
the
each
thing
event.
that
First one was in 62, then it'll be like what, 30s, then it'll be like 1908, the Bradley gang.
well,
And then, I think we'll go back to the Bradley gang first, 1908. Then we'll go back to what 13 Kings said, Rose's story, and the glue when it first took, and the failing of the ritual of the Chud, and how they failed to do that, and somehow when they fail to do that, it'll still work. He'll realize that even though time has happened, he doesn't perceive time that way, but time is still time. It's still relevant, and that'll be
I'm wondering like once they go back so far, because like Pennywise, everybody knows him as the clown, right? They all know him as like what this guy looks like, and it's because the guy that he took over, or the guy that he ate in like 1920 something, whatever the fuck it was, and it was like
It was the 1918. Oh no, 1908. Sorry, 1908.
I'm not Bob Gray.
Yeah, Bob Gray. There you go. So when he takes over that guy, but it's like that's how most people accept him. So if they go back further than that, I don't know how well people are going to accept that, because he's not going to look like, you can't have what's his name, Skarsgård doing that anymore, because
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
can. Because if you watch the end, remember the season
why?
finale?
Why would you?
Before we get to the glue, he does 2 different other forms. He does like that kind
by
of.
the time they get that far, that guy's gonna be worth too much money. Like he's
well,
not gonna
Well, you know what they're gonna
if
have
you
to
don't
do.
need to.
They're you know what they're gonna
don't
have
need
to
to.
do. Syfaxx and Rock. They're gonna have to basically shoot scenes with him like now, like as pickup shots, or like just in case he's too big.
No, but
right?
why would you do that? Because like before that,
Because
he
they
doesn't
don't
even
want to
know what that-
recast. Because they don't want to
No,
recast.
this is what I'm saying is like, why would you do that before? I mean, for whatever scenes he is, or where he looks like that, sure, you could do that. But if you're doing stuff that's before that timeline, or before when that happens, he doesn't look like that. Like it literally showed him looking like a little kid, because he thought that like that entity thought little kids would be the most easy access to whatever he needed.
That was the
which
form
was
he
fear.
took at the time. When he took little kid, that was him trying to find his form, and that was another form he had. But if he shows the main forms, he shows the 2 main forms he had before this and after glue. One looks like Dollface from Twisted Metal, and the other one looked like but that what is it, Slender Man? Is that what it's called? Slender Man? And that's what's in the trailer, because that's one kid sees.
Those aren't his forms either.
Those are 2 forms that are counted before that. The first one, that's why he's like
those aren't his forms though. Like
that's what they said.
His form is literally the dead lights. Those 3 lights, the 3 lights, that's his form.
That's his true form. I'm talking about the form that we perceive him as, like the clown. Before,
those are the easiest things to accept him as, because those are that's somebody's fears. Like he feeds off fear, so he becomes somebody's fear. That's why he turns into like a giant spider and stuff like that. It's like that, like that's why he becomes that, is because
and the glue was a giant moose. The glue is a giant moose that fucking breathing, snorting fucking frost, and eyes are glowing. They're like, what the fuck? So the Indians were like, how the hell are we gonna fucking take this thing down? It scared the fucking shit out of them. It was a crazy, that's what they call it, the glue.
You know what would have been cool? They're never going to be able to do this due to his health issues, but it would have been cool as an Easter egg, right? To bring back Tim Curry as like, he doesn't have to be exactly Pennywise.
Tim Curry died, dude. Like, what
didn't he die?
No, he's not dead. He's alive. No, he's alive.
I'm pretty sure he died.
I don't know. I don't want to say. I know he's in pretty bad condition.
No, he had the stroke. He's alive. He's alive.
I know he had a stroke.
Dead.
Okay, he's dead. Okay, I know he had a stroke and he's in pretty bad condition. But I thought I heard he passed too.
But it would be cool. Like he's like an old man. Like he's cameos at one. The one of the Derry shows or Chapter 3 as an old man.
Stephen King fucking cameos in Part 2 when he goes in there to buy his fucking bike back.
He suffered a massive stroke in 2012, and so now he's in a wheelchair and everything. Yeah, no, they're not bringing him back.
He could
Yeah,
be
I know,
you
but
know,
I'm saying if it wasn't for the health problems, right? It would have been a cool cameo as like an old man that
mhm.
morphs into Pennywise as the reference to his TV movie that he played Pennywise as a callback. But we can't have that because he's ill. He can barely talk and he's in a wheelchair.
I mean, who knows how bad the stroke was? Like, he might not even know where he's at. Like,
He can't. He's wheelchair
No,
bound.
he
I know
knows where
that.
he's at. He's in a
He knows where he's at.
he did
He has
interviews.
trouble
He talked
speaking.
about he talked
He's
about his
wheelchair
mom.
bound.
He talked
Yeah.
about his mom being bipolar or what it would be now known as bipolar. He can't talk properly, but he remembers things from his childhood and
he lost a lot of function in his body. I
Yeah.
do remember that. But when you said he died, I was like, did he die? I think I remember hearing that.
No,
but I
he's
think it was
alive.
like,
I,
he's
I,
back to
I
he's
business.
just really bad.
I'd sworn he passed away, but
No,
I mean,
he's alive.
Like,
He's just
you know,
sick. He's just sick.
yeah.
That's all.
But this is the movie right
Anyways.
here. This is part 2 of the movie, which is actually the second chapter of the book. When they forget when they're kids, 13, it all happens. Georgie dies. That's chapter 1. Chapter 2 is this guy never leaves. So he calls him back to this awesome ass restaurant. I'm like, yo, that joke looks old school as shit because it never changes. It never updates. You know, that's like, oh, they got this old ass fucking Chinese joint. It looks like it's from the 80s. Yeah, it is. Because once it was built, it was never fucking updated. Like, oh, okay, I guess it makes sense. Everybody's like in a trance and a haze.
So you watch both the movies back to back? I haven't watched them in a minute, so like,
Yeah.
I have it myself.
you're kind of giving me a refresher, like especially on the second movie. The first movie I actually watched a good like 5 or 6 times. I really liked the first movie. The
Like,
second
none of them are
movie
believing it
wasn't
right
that
here.
big of a fan of, but yeah.
Well, this is like again, they're not really believing it when he's telling them because none of them remember this shit. Now they start telling them like I think what's his face Professor X. He's like the first one that remembers it, and then Sean Sack's girl is the second one to remember it, the hot chick that what's her fucking face? It was in the Liberal movie. Oh, I can never remember her name. She's hot as shit. Jessica Chastain. Jessica Chastain.
Jessica Chastain.
She's like the main chick. She's the main chick in this movie. So she starts to remember second, and then Bill Hader comes in, and it's a pretty fun movie. It's not like I thought it was gonna be like terribly scary. I think Welcome to Derry probably scarier than this. It's got some fucking weird parts in it, and more like unsettling. Like one of the cast guys doesn't make it because he unalives himself because he's scared and he doesn't want to go back and try to fight it. So it's like that's like the weird shit that happens, you know, like they all slice their own arms and stuff. They make a pact. Really, it's not as scary as I thought it'd be. It's unsettling. It's a really good story. Me being into From Soft Gaming, I love the lore it has and how it starts off with just some kids that don't know each other and they make it, they're just hanging out, all is well, it ends well, and it's like a Goonies story. And you're like, I don't want to watch a story for kids. I'm an adult. Well, in less than an hour, it's going to become an adult story with Bill Hader, who it's not all fucking funny. He tells a joke or two. One lands, one doesn't. He tries to keep comedic relief. And it's more of it's entertainment than it's like a horror story. I was all in on it. I'm glad I waited to watch the movies till afterwards. It was really really fucking good, man. I was really impressed with it. If anybody hasn't seen it, here's my girl I'm talking about. Oh, that was me, Jessica Chastain. There she is. If Sean Cuxack's out there, he'd be like, "Yeah, I like that." She's got short hair here, but you can see her knockers every now and then. Good show, man. Really good. Let me put this on stage so we can show y'all what's coming up. Where's that? I think Syfaxx. Everybody see you there?
No. I'm back. My mom called me. I had to answer. Always got to answer when your mom calls you, man.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it is. It's like it could be little things, big things. Hopefully, it's not big things like
I do like the fact
I'm on my way to the hospital or something. But
oh yeah, that'd be bad.
It was a small thing,
I'm glad that they brought back the actor from the original movies, like the chapter 1 and 2. Like I'm glad they brought him back because they could have just recasted him with a lookalike or found somewhat that sort of looked like him from afar.
Well, it being an 8-episode series, they really only utilize them for 3 of the 8 episodes. So I'm sure he got a hefty paycheck doing it, and he got executive producer roles to get the paycheck he needs, and it works. 13 King. You know what it does?
Yeah,
it keeps a menacing villain, and it doesn't oversaturate him to where when you utilize him, he's menacing, he's entertaining, and it also gives light to the other actors to tell their story and not let the whole fucking show have to ride on the clown Pennywise's fucking story. You know what I mean? It's not his story. It's the kid's story. It's every story is the event that happened story. Pennywise is just a really good menacing villain.
He's just the factor that makes them have to all come together.
Yeah. That's what. And I was curious. Is that what makes a great fucking film? A great villain? What
makes a great film and a great villain is, or not a great villain. I would say what makes a great film is having a great villain. Something that is so crazy and so ridiculous.
I side with this person. They're misunderstood. Syfaxx. They're kind of like a misunderstood. No, it's a clear line. This is a fucking bad guy, and he's really fucking bad. It's like, I don't give
it's a bad entity. He's like, I eat worlds, like that. Yeah. He literally says that in the TV shows. He's like, I'm the eater of worlds, and the reason he says that is because he has literally eaten a full, like, multiple worlds before. Like, he's destroyed worlds by himself before. So, like, that's why he says that. And so that's why it's funny when in episode, I think it was 8 or whatever, when the guy like does the mind trick on him and then he slaps him or whatever, and he's just like, what the fuck? He gets confused. He's like, what? Great scene.
Yeah,
Perfect scene.
Dick, when Dick was disguised as that circus guy, that was funny.
I didn't realize how he figured it out.
He dick slaps him. He dick slaps him.
Do you see how he figures it out? Do you see how he comes out of it on his second playthrough? Playthrough, he smacks him back. He does. He falls down and his hand like braces himself, and Dick Halloran's fucking the shine comes off and his black hand hits the ground, the table.
Yep.
And Pennywise is like, "What the fuck? Why is your hand black?" He looks at the white dude. The white dude's like, you didn't see that. I was like, I didn't even notice it the first time. The second playthrough, I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Halloran's hand. I thought that was pretty clever.
Oh yeah, Rock.
I mean, I don't know if you guys want to jump to the last couple episodes, because I think those last 2 episodes really, really brought it home for this show. And the only reason I'm trying to jump ahead is because, my mom said she needs to come drop some stuff off here when I'm going to have to do stuff in about 30-40 minutes. So if we want to jump a little bit ahead, I mean, like, the episodes in between were pretty good, and I like the actors, actors, everything. I think episode 8 was like probably one of the best.
Episode 7, great for filming. When the place,
7 was fantastic. Episode 8 really fucking brought it. It was like, holy shit.
When everything was on fire and all them actors were running around like in the midst of the fire, and the guy was like, "Hey, get down!" Bam, and shots were coming through the window, and people's fucking heads were.
Dude, when he's playing the little, like, what is it, like a bagpipe or whatever? He's playing like some shitty. The tuba. He's playing the tuba, like boom, boom, boom.
That's
and he
awesome.
just has everybody walking through, and it's just fucking carnage all around. And what's even better about that is that everyone that was a part of that doesn't remember they were a part of it. So it's like, okay, yeah, this actually happened, and this happened town wide. That's how big his radius is, or whatever. It's like up to however far he can spread out, and like he still encapsulated a whole town with just like his insanity that he brings. And it's like, and then just to do it, and like it's a playful way to do it, but at the same time it's super effective to like a visual audience. Like I loved it. I thought it was
the intro to the fucking season finale was great, to where like all the kids walk into the gymnasium, and the one girl goes, "Where are all the teachers?" And when he comes out, and the one guy, "Hello, kids. Today we're gonna have a special presentation by," the little song he does after that. He's like, "We're done." He's like dancing and getting into it, but he's like actually being menacing. he still does an entertaining job for the kids to be like, what the fuck, you know? But then like, die, and he deadlights the whole crowd. Is a perfect introduction to the season finale to set the tone. Like, what's about it? Then he steps out of the way, and like Syfaxx says, then after he deadlights the whole crowd of the kids, he steps sideways. The curtain goes up, and you see the old school Pennywise cartoon. I mean, the clown fucking car, and he like steps sideways and tells the kids right this way. And it's basically because they're deadlighted, they form a line. He starts playing the tuba. Boom, boom, boom.
He's kind of doing his sick version of Piper, you know, like remember the story.
It's fucking awesome, bro.
Like, he takes the kids away from that town because they owe him money.
It's like a very dark version of Pied Piper. Yeah, you're completely.
Well, that
right
was dark too, but at least the kids, like, you know, this one's like more like they're being forced like by his parasitic nature, you know.
Yeah, but like right here, this fucking little AI picture. In the Black Spot episode 7, when they're everything's going off, you see him sitting there holding a balloon at one point in time. And the girl's like shakes her eyes, like, what the fuck? Then when she looks back, there's no balloon.
Like
he's actually feasting on her face. Like she looks back, she shakes her eyes, like, what the fuck? Like, am I really seeing that? When she look back, he's like, I'm sorry, I got face on my face. It's really fucking awesome as shit. And then
I got face on my face. Yeah.
The best part, my favorite, I don't want to spoil it because if you haven't watched this, I'll just say my favorite part of this fucking whole is the end of episode 7 when he sees a specific female and it's like a little 3-minute interaction maybe. And that's probably, you have to watch.
Hey. This show's been done for 2 weeks. Go ahead and just talk about it. Let's talk about it. Look, spoilers abound. Spoilers abound.
Yeah, don't get mad if we talk about it. Yeah.
In the movie, when Becky or whatever her name is goes into Marsh to go visit her dad's house, and the old lady opens the door and she looks back at the name and it's not Marsh, it says Kirsch. We see Kirsch 27 years earlier, which is not an older lady. She is now a woman. Well, we find out that Kirsch was actually 27 years before that Pennywise's fucking daughter, the daughter to Bob Gray, Pennywise the Clown. So when Bob Gray, Pennywise the Clown,
it's not Pennywise's daughter, but the body that he took over. Yeah,
the Bob Gray, she's the daughter of Bob Gray, Pennywise the Clowns. You know, and then when the entity kills Bob, Pennywise and takes over his body, she's like, my dad went missing. She only remembers, and she's at a young enough age where she remembers her dad being a clown named Pennywise, and he got lost, and he was kind of weird. He's a cigarette smoking alcoholic. So 27 years pass. She works at Juniper Hill at the psychiatric ward. Some girl goes crazy. Pennywise shows up because he has a fucking familiar French. You know, he remembers her. He manipulates her by turning back into her dad. Baby, it's me. It's your daddy. It's come to Papa. And that's where we get the come to Papa. Because it goes back to he goes back into his original form of Bob Gray, not the clown. He presents himself as a human being.
Less sinister version of Pennywise, like literally more like human, like with
instead of killing the girl, uses her to manipulate other kids in the town to bring fucking food to his table.
What's so funny? Like what I find funny about it and why it works even kind of like it oddly works even better in the new age stuff with the 1989 set in 1989 is like clowns were starting to become like super creepy and weird around that time. But when he comes to Earth or whatever, when he lands there and the first thing he sees a guy who's he sees Bob Gray as the clown. That's entertaining kids. He's bringing people in. He's like, how do I bring people to me? Like, how do I do it without being weird and creepy? Oh, a clown is a great idea. And all of a sudden 1989 rolls around and everyone's just like, fuck clowns, dude. Like, we don't like clowns. I just find it funny that he didn't adapt. Like, he's a cosmic being and he knows all this stuff, but he doesn't adapt to like the new age anything. He's just like, I'm still a clown. Like, here's a
like he would have. Like, you know what he would have done? If it was modern times, he'd probably either be like Fonzie or like Elvis Presley instead of because that was hip and cool for kids. back then.
In
Like they
in
loved
in
the entertainment.
'89, it probably would have been something like that, or like I don't know, a random punk dude like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you want a cigarette?" Like,
Yeah, it would have been somebody entertaining and charming for that time period. A clown was too outdated by then because, like you said, it was like getting creepy.
yeah, because I think Rock keeps saying it's 88. I'm pretty sure it's either 88 or 89. It's one of those
I'm
years.
pretty
Whatever.
sure it's 89, but who's
I'm
counting,
pretty
right?
sure it is too, because like that's when I was born, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's fucking 89 when the first movie technically takes place, and
Yeah,
that's why the
the
timeline
TV
doesn't
movie.
work for
Yeah.
the books. Like or it's just like slightly off. I mean, whatever.
Well,
And
it could be they shot it in 87 or 88 and then they released it in 89, especially back then because
no. I'm talking about
production.
It Chapter 1, like the new one that was released in 20, I believe it was
Oh,
2017.
okay. Okay.
And but the
It's 20
timeline that one takes place in is 1989, because it's like it's new age, and then 27 years later it was like now is actually up to date with where we're at, so it was like 2019 or whatever, like the 27-year difference or some shit.
2015
Whatever.
when it Chapter 1, the movie came out, was 2015. If you take 15 years off that, it'd be 2000. You'd have to add 12 more years. It'd be
2000.
1988. That's when the kids were 13 years old when they first
So
experienced Pennywise.
so there you
Georgie
go.
got
So
killed.
it might be 1988 then.
So when Georgie got killed, it was 1988. And then when they come back, the entity comes back when hey man, this is 2015, bro. What's wrong with being gay? Leave him alone. Shut up. Get out of fucking Derry, you queer. That's when that happened. That's 2015.
Which one did you like more, Chapter 1 or Chapter 2?
You know what? So that's a good question. I have to go back. I really like Chapter 1.
You just
because
watched
basic.
them
I know. Well, let me tell you why.
way more than I did.
Chapter 1 is very basic. I think I like that, but I felt like I was missing some stuff. I was like, maybe it's not filmed as good because missing some. But then when you watch part 2, it's specifically withholding shit for a reason. I think I like part 1 because part 2 has the older actors to lean on, and it kind of bounced back and forth when they remember something. It goes back to the little kids.
Yeah,
I like the whole story as the little kids, no adults.
I was gonna say Chapter 1 is, my opinion, the way better
Chapter 1.
movie. Like
Part 1.
Chapter
Chapter
1,
1.
like I can like right now, if you're to be like, hey, you guys want to rewatch Chapter 1 right now, I'd be like, hell yeah. If you'd be like, hey, you want to watch Chapter 2, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I would pass. I'm
It's
like,
good,
I don't care.
but
Like if we watch it, we have to watch Chapter 1 with it.
You have to watch Chapter 1 with it. But yeah, I would say Chapter 1 is the fun shit. That's the Goonies. That's the great, and it's cool. Like, but I don't think the cinematics, the CGI probably wasn't hitting the way it was now in 2017.
Well,
I have
another question for you guys. Did you guys watch The Flash?
I saw part. I didn't watch the whole thing.
I
did see
Flash,
the new one, or like
I
the
did
newest
see
one.
the CGI ending of it. That was like where he goes to the different multiverse level. Like I remember seeing that part, and I was like, "This is like."
Okay, so you guys didn't watch it, but it's like, okay, that was obviously widely, let's say, hated, right? Like most people did not like it. It made like little to no money. The same director did that movie that did these movies, or did those two movies, the It movies, and this TV show
Did Flash.
That did Flash. So it's like that guy who did that piece of shit, but he can do this. It's like, wouldn't you think like, hey, if you could talk to this director, wouldn't you tell him, hey, why not just continue with like the horror genre? Because clearly you got it down. Like you're knocking it out of the park.
He's not good at doing superhero stuff. He's not good.
He's good at doing it.
Superhero is not your wheelhouse, dude.
But what
Go
is
back
this,
to horror
Syfaxx?
movies.
What is this? A good villain, right? A team up movie, which they have like a thriller, like a detective kind of spy thing. So if you have the Bat family, the Brave and the Bold, we have Nightwing, Batman, and Damian Wayne. You do the same thing, which is different 8 people. You get an awesome fucking villain. I always say Professor Pig, but a Joker, something like that. He can take a Joker, which we already know how he can do a clown, right? You do it at fucking night, only night he's to see the finale. He could do the overcast with the crazy fucking snow and awesome lighting and crazy
oddly
music.
enough,
I mean, now that I've seen this,
dude, oddly enough, like what he can do with this, it's the same thing that any director could do, or anybody who's dealing with this, is like, you're like, once you deal with a prequel, right? Because this is a prequel. It's a prequel to 2 movies you already did. You already adapted 2 movies, so your prequel to that is literally whatever you want. Whenever it is whatever you want, you can be creative, and it shows that, hey, you are creative. You are a creator. Like, you're interesting enough to make this make sense, or make it be interesting. And he managed to do it, and that's, to me, that's interesting. So when you have something like The Flash out there that has, I don't know, 40 years, 50 years, I don't know how long Flash has been out. I know it's not as long as Superman. Still a long fucking time. It's a very long time, and you can't make that work. I feel that actually ends up being more on the studio than it is the creator. Like, because it's like, this guy clearly knows what he's doing with this fucking project. That, or maybe it's a passion project, because like, he's knocking it out of the park with anything he's done with it. Like, It Chapter 2, a lot of people were kind of like, whatever about, but that happens. Even the same thing with the book. It happens with a lot of these type. Well, this is what I'm saying. It's like, he can only do so much with what he's given, and so it's like, hey, what you're given is this, but he adapted what he could to his best ability, fine. But when you give him free creativity in something like Welcome to Derry, he's just like, let it ride, dude. Let's do it. Let's fucking go. And he does some fucking awesome stuff that it seems that everybody likes, everybody loves. It's like, this is crazy, this is wacky, this is fun. I'm having a great time watching it. I want to see more of it, to the point where, well, they said they might get 2 more seasons out of it.
Serious
I don't
question.
know how.
Who got emotional when they saw our boy Ricardo coming through there? Motherfucker.
Not at all, but I
come on, quit playing. You didn't be like, hell yeah. You weren't fucking smiling.
It was cool that Richie, came back. Ricardo came back.
It's a good scene, but like, I don't want to say he didn't earn. Like, I mean, he earned it, because like, for such a small season and how compact everything was, I would say they did good with his character. I don't know. That's the kind of scene I would see like 2 or 3 seasons into a show, and like something super dramatic happens and he has to do something like that. I guess to like, I don't know, like, just boost him, like fucking shotgun him to the front like that, where it's like, hey, you're interesting. Like, he was always the least interesting character to me.
Oh,
like,
man.
He was like, I still like him. Don't get me wrong. He was like the least interesting. Like, other than, I mean, they pushed him out there to be interesting, but because they were like, oh yeah, he's, and they knew what they were doing. It's like, it's the weird, quirky, small kid looking at the kind of like semi-unattractive girl at the wrong age, at these weird ages, and it's like, but it's like, I like her though. I like her. I don't care if you don't like her, kind of deal. And it's like, they push that idea out there. Fine, do that. Go for it. But then
he finally got to fly on Main Street. He finally got to fly all the way to Main Street, bro. This is good writing, bro. This is really good.
You know what's funny? Like, so that scene didn't get me. It was actually probably her finding that the
airplane, right?
The airplane in the tree. That got me more. That got me more because I was like, hey, he got it.
It's a good writing. It's something simple as she didn't have to say anything. She found it.
I saw something out in episode 3, and then let's pay it off in episode 8.
It's just a shame that Taniel died. Also, like, he just gets shot, like, because he just bleeds out. Taniel, the Native American teenager or 20-year-old that his Aunt Rose, the other Indian woman.
He gets fucking murked by the white dude. He gets shot in his fucking neck.
He gets shot in the neck and dies. And it's like, I thought he was going to come back as a kid, like, just like Richie. And help them out because remember when he got
That was
hypnotized.
I'll give it that. Like the cool scene, like it was like the ghost of Richie comes running by. He flips
Yeah.
off Pennywise.
That's what I'm talking
And
about.
it's
That's just
like,
awesome.
Yeah, he did.
so
He
it's
did.
like
He just did, fuck
that's
you.
a great
Fuck
scene.
you.
It's just
Yeah.
like fuck
He's
you,
like,
man.
fuck
you.
A motherfucking
You're not
miracle.
going anywhere. Where you
That's
going?
what I was talking about. He goes,
Nowhere.
what do you see? A motherfucking miracle. And he comes running by like, fuck you, motherfucker. He's like, no.
And I like
Exactly.
Pennywise's reaction to that. He's like, "You motherfucker!"
Yeah, because he knows
flipped me
exactly what
off.
he's doing.
Yeah, I gotta help my mom unload some stuff right now. You guys hold it down.
Yeah, we'll hold it down, dude. Dude, that was insane. It's just like
So
it just sucks. Yeah, go ahead.
Like if we do like the next 2 seasons, remember Rose? Rose is what, 60 now? You would say?
Yeah, she's gonna be basically a granny. Like she's gonna be great Aunt Rose now, right?
Well, how old would you say she's in that wasn't 20 it wasn't 27 years ago, was it?
Remember
she's
Rose.
Old. She's not 40.
Dude,
she's like 67.
Well, she's like, dude, the actress that plays her, she's like she has to be at least 49, 50.
What I'm saying
old.
is she's supposed to be on her 3rd cycle of the glue, right?
Yeah,
because
she's
and the military dude met on their 1st cycle. We haven't seen what happens during the 2nd cycle where they completely skipped over. Remember, he was a young boy. He wasn't even 13 when they met. And when he came back to Derry, it had been, wow, has it been 50 years?
It was 18. It was 1918, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So he skipped a cycle. There's this whole cycle we skipped from her and him being young and splitting that, the summer, meeting the glue and the slingshot to current time, which I'm assuming will be season 2 because we're missing the whole fucking. When I guess she'd be like 40 years old, he'd be like 40 years old because now he's like 65 in the army.
That was the problem. That was the thing. Like I said, I liked it. My issue that there were some issues like agenda stuff, and not only that, but also continuity issues. Not completely, but like for example, right? They look a little bit younger than they should be. Like they should be like literally like 70, like basically a lot of wrinkles, barely, but having a cane.
70, you don't really look like that at 70, bro. You know what? My aunt's got 70. They don't, my aunt's
with modern medicine, but we're talking about back in the 1950s. Like
I'm saying it's hard to do that. Like the hire an actor they have to look similar to the young actors and young actresses, and you can age them up a little bit. I think the chick Rose, I can see she's in her mid 60s. She doesn't look really old. She looks young.
She looks pretty. Look, she looks good for her age, but she should be 70.
She's not here yet, but she's gonna be here in a minute. I'm gonna be unloading some stuff. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna help her unload. I'll be like 5 to 10 minutes when she gets here, and then if you guys want to keep talking, I'll keep it running. You guys can just hold it down if you're down, and then I'll come back, and then we'll go from there. But other than that, it's either that or I end the stream. But I know
I'm kind of hungry, man. So
you're what?
I'm kind of hungry. I wouldn't mind going buying some food real quick because it's getting late and I got some stuff, But if you're gonna be unloading for a little bit,
like
dude, no, it's gonna take me all of 5 minutes, but once she gets here,
and then you can get.
It's up to you, man. Like you have all the clips, so.
Well, that's all I had. I already shared everything. So that's what I was saying. If you got your mom coming, bro, we can end it. I had a good time talking about it, and it seems like
we're already we're an hour and a half in and whatnot, and then hey, we got to kill some time, or we have some time until DA stream starts, so we can get onto that, and in 5 hours, give or take, so we have.
I can get a 6 hours sleep in after I have a fucking dinner.
Shit, if I do it right, I can pass out right now. No, I get it. But it was good talking about some Derry. Welcome to Derry and the possibilities of what's coming next. And good to see everybody. I know as far as I go, as far as my streams are going, I'm being kind of lackluster on them because next year I'm going to start a little bit of a different schedule. I'm trying to redo my background, try and do a couple other things. And when I do videos and whatever, like I'm trying to find what I want to do personally. So I'm working on that. I know actually a few of us are doing stuff like that where it's like, hey, let's change it up. Let's switch up the let's switch up the year,
Yeah,
right?
let's shake things up.
And let's shake it up. Let's be a little bit different. And but at the same time, I still want to do stuff like this where I'm doing streams where I have not just my friends on, but obviously people from the chat and anybody who's down to come on, whatever. I still want to do a stream like that. So like the Saturday sidecast type of stuff is going to be still there. It might be just a little bit different. It'll be maybe a little bit more planned out instead of just on the fly. We'll see how that happens. And yeah, but also the other big thing that a lot of us from this side of the internet and a lot of us who watch, not just me, but DA, Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, all those kind of people.
Yeah, Chris
A lot of
Gore.
us are kind of Chris Gore, yeah, good friend of mine. But it's like a lot of these people who are from that side or whatever. It's like we're all going to MegaCon, and when we go out there, it'll be fucking a blast. So if you guys are going to MegaCon, feel free to hit me up or hit up Rock. I don't know if Kingstyle is going, but hit either me or Rock up and be like, hey, if you want to meet us or meet up with us, have a drink with us and do whatever, go ahead and hit us up. We will be out there. We're going to be out there Friday and Saturday. I think it's the 19th and 20th, I believe, is the 2 days on March. It's going to be the Saturday or the Friday and Saturday of March of whatever time that falls in right there. It's either 19th or 20th or
19th to 22nd.
19th through 22nd. There you go. So we'll be out there for a few days. We'll be all hanging out. We'll be like chilling, kicking it, maxing all cool. Just just my first time in Florida proper, and so I'm gonna go have a good time. It'll be cool to meet up with any and everybody that is down to be out there. And
I
yeah, it'd
see
be cool to
DK
meet up.
Bones. I see DK Bones in the chat.
DK Bones will be out there. Yes, DK Bones will be there. Also, Angel will be out there. I'm just saying for the people on this panel specifically. I don't know if King Style is going to make it out there, but it's like I know me and Rockfeller 100% we're out there. Like we're going to be there. DK Bones will probably be there. More than like the Angel will be there. I know DA is going. A bunch of other people from those other channels are going. I can't speak for them fully because as much as I do know them, I don't know their schedules and things can change. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, hey, we're going to be hanging out with XYZ. Like, no. We're going to be out there on our own accord. And we happen to possibly know some of these people. So if you want to run into us, have a drink with us, feel free to hit us up. I'm sitting here saying this early because it's about 3 months early, but at the same time, I was thinking like, shit, dude, MegaCon's like that's like 8 months away, and all of a sudden it's like it's not though. It's like right around the corner. So while I wasn't thinking about it, all of a sudden it's right here, and now all of a sudden I gotta start paying bills on it. So
tomorrow it'll be exactly 3 days to the end of the MegaCon.
Exactly. Like we're real close.
There's a question, Syfaxx, since you wanted to talk a little bit stuff, but you had to help your mom out quick. Since DK is in the chat, and if he wants to come on, we could talk about whatever. If Rock gets to leave to eat or whatever, we could continue the show. If you want to do that, of course, it's your show. Syfaxx.
DK wants to jump on. I mean,
no, if he does, because I keep seeing him in the chat.
She's going to be here in a couple minutes, and it's going to take me 10-20 minutes to help her unload, also talk, and obviously be cordial. It's my mom. I got to talk to her.
Of course, dude.
But I mean, I don't know if I want to leave a stream on for 20 minutes. If people want to come back or whatever, I might do another stream. We'll see.
Maybe another stream.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna leave it blank or like
it'd be like the Sopranos. It'd be like the Sopranos that just fade to black.
Stick around for 20 minutes. I swear I'll be back, and we might be just as entertained.
I put a picture of an eagle on, and I put some music on, and we all hung out, and the chat was talking to itself. And I left. They're like, "Rocky there?" I was like, "Nope," and I was just sitting in the background the whole time.
Well, with that being said, look, we're at an hour and a half. I think that's pretty respectable to talk about well, maybe not a full show. We didn't get into every episode, but I think overall the show is pretty easily wrapped up with a lot of what we said. But with that being said, let's go ahead and go with Rockefeller. What do you got going on, brother?
Not shit, man. I've been playing Sekiro and Night Rain. That's about it. Just hanging out with my boy DA on Sundays. You, whenever you streaming. So, and I'll be getting back to doing a New Year's Eve celebration stream on New Year's, which is not this week because this week is Christmas. So have a happy holidays, everybody. If I don't see y'all sooner than later, come hang out with me on New Year's Eve. Let's get fucking drunk.
Absolutely. I know we were going to do we're doing like what is it, a Friday night chill, or no, what do you usually call it? It was like Friday
YouTube and chill.
YouTube and chill Friday. Like yeah. He hasn't done them for a minute, but he might do a last, like an end of a year one type of deal. Obviously not this next Friday, but the Friday afterwards, which will be actually, is it this Friday or is it the one after? Because the one after,
it would be next Thursday because it's New Year's Eve. New Year's actually drops.
Next Thursday will be
New Year's
Christmas.
This Thursday is Christmas.
Yeah, well, so two Thursdays from now,
like a week and a half. So today's Sunday, not this Thursday. 4 days from now, like 11.
Yeah, so two Thursdays from now, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll be doing one of those. It'll be over on Rock's channel. Go and check him out. Go subscribe to him as well. And also, hey, King Style has been on a bunch of channels lately doing his own thing. I don't know if he has anything actually started yet, but we keep trying to fucking promote him. We're doing it. We're doing our Sergeant. Part. Are you doing your part? Let's see what's going on. Hey, man, what do you got going on?
Am I serving my country? Well, all I'm going to say is I am building something.
No, and on to the next one. No, I'm kidding. No,
hook me. Get the giant hook, Pennywise, just to take me off stage. No, I'm just saying,
so what shows you been on lately? Where can we find you? What do you got going on?
I was on Sergeant Garatina's like a week ago talking about if
Sergeant's great people.
Yeah, he's a great dude. No, we were talking about, I believe it was either the Charlie Brown's Peanuts thing, the holiday special.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, because that's a fucking classic. So yeah, man. I support the dude. More props to him. And I was doing something with MSK. It's a hiatus right now, so until then, yeah.
Where my boy been? Where MSK been?
He's around somewhere in his YouTube channel.
I never see him going live as much as he used to, so I don't know if he's just like, I don't know why. Maybe it just doesn't pop up as much, but I don't see him as live as he was going.
Right on, fellas. Well, I'm pretty sure my mom just kind of pulled up, so I got to get out of here. I'm hearing her knock on my staircase. I'll be out of here. But it was good seeing y'all, and I'm not even gonna play outro music. I'm just gonna end the stream. I will catch you all on the next one, and I'll see you all later.
All right.
Peace out.
Laters.